Well, Happy New Year to everybody. Haven't seen you. Right, first of all, let's do the fire drill. No, there's no fire drill planned, so if the alarm does go off, then we need to leave the building calmly and quickly using the stairways, always using the lift. Does anybody need extra assistance to get out? But we're not making our own events. Can you please, including me, make sure your phones are on silent? Okay. Start. Thank you, Lee, for the cake.
Yeah.
Very good of
Hope you all enjoy.
Okay. Right. Do we have any declarations of interest other than obviously the traders present who have an interest in anything involving monetary involvement with the markets? Yes. Good. Right then, do we have any apologies for absence?
No.
Fabian will be late. He's at another meeting, but he is en route.
Okay. Declaration of interest. I was following it down the top
I did want to.
rather than down. Sorry, we've done that bit already. Sorry. To adjourn the meeting and allow guests or members of the public to address the market committee for a maximum 15 minutes. Close it. Do you have any thoughts?
Oh, no.
No?
We just know. We just know.
Oh,
Members of the public come to the market.
It's very, I wasn't sure what to do. It's unusual. Right, we'll go back into the meeting then. Actually, nice to see somebody here for a change, isn't it? Receive late or urgent matters at the chairman's discretion not included elsewhere. I've got nothing. No? Got to do something in a minute. Right, to receive and agree the minutes of the market meeting on the 17th of November. They did come out with the agenda and that. Has everyone had a chance to look at them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody got any comments or anything to bring up from the agenda, from the minutes?
Just the action points, really. So the bus companies, are we going to email them? Will we? Yes, we've done that.
We haven't done that as yet. That's still it's them, I'm afraid.
Market commission times.
That's on.
Yeah, social media was going to time, wasn't it? Yeah. And the road closure. Because we were investigating that, but obviously that's been put on hold again.
No, that's on M72.
Yeah, I didn't know if
Fabian had an update.
Oh, right.
um,
Perhaps need to wait for Fabian then.
and market signs on the approaches to the town centre.
Yes. We haven't got the customs as yet. That's week highways. We're just waiting for them to come back.
And safeguarding training for stallholders.
Yes. An update of that. There's. Did you want that now?
I don't know, it's not on the agenda, is it? So we might as well.
I was just no, not specifically. And if you questioned our insurance company as to whether safeguarding training is needed for market traders, and we don't need it. You should follow your own, because if you employ anybody under 17, you register it with the district council.
Employees insurance.
I thought young people needed to be registered with the district council.
Oh.
And not just a Breckland thing.
No. It's casual work, isn't it? I have to be insured if they fall over and hurt themselves.
They earn over £1,000 a month in it.
Oh, I might get a job working for
Yeah.
them.
Do you pay that for
I thought that you did have to, over 30 and you had to.
There is a point. There are some areas of age as far as school children are concerned or students, the hours that they can work, and there should be a permit of some.
Yeah, my son had to get one
Yeah,
from Breckland.
yeah. Well, that may not affect you guys
No.
because you're probably above that age. I think that's under 16,
I
but
think it's if you're a paper boy and it's before school
Yeah.
and after school. It's not if you're Saturday and Sunday and you're not making
Because that's outside
23 and a half hours a day.
Town council has no, it's up to you as an
Yes,
employee of
yes.
those young people to training.
Yeah.
That's the stallholder's responsibility.
Yeah.
Okay, is that all right, Lindsay?
Yeah.
Anything else or?
No, just the finishing times, we've got something.
Yeah, that's not, no. I do need to sign the minutes. Where am I signing?
That's just initial.
I'm your life away, Jeff. To report on outstanding actions not included on the agenda.
Which is
Everything,
included.
which we've done really, haven't we?
Yeah.
So, good. Right, M6925 is Deputy Clerk update on outstanding ongoing items.
I did circulate a report. You want me to read it out or have you all read it? On the screen?
Yeah. I was going to go through it, wouldn't
It's the
it?
next one.
yeah.
Let's go through it. It's going to be easy rather than that. Update on additional electrical supply. Pleased to report funding for 3 additional electrical supplies have been agreed by full council. Councillor Nunn has confirmed he will contribute any of the leftover members' fund to this project. An order has been placed with UK Power Networks.
I'm also in contact with Breckland, as is their land, we need to get their permission, obviously.
Right.
So it's the before the
One
start
step and
of-
yeah, so 2 steps up the rung and 1 back down again.
Yeah.
Is that,
or is that county area? Isn't it? Because a lot of that area on that side is all down under the county legislation, isn't it?
Because the Brecon ones are the ones that would put the,
The
Me-
Breckland ones, the actual like marketplace and peddlers car park and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
The surrounding is usually, I believe, is county, but I might be wrong.
I'll double check.
Yeah,
because you don't have to
just
put a ticket on the cart.
okay, gazebos. Full council have agreed to fund 8 new gazebos to be used for markets and events. Good news. Swaffham Town Trail and Guide. Nicola's created a trail and guide, which is available from the museum and outlets around the town.
They're going to be free of charge.
Yep.
Yep.
First 1,000 visitors, residents to complete the trail will receive a free Swaffham tote bag. So it's available through the museum. Project is funded by Love Your Market Town. Twilight markets between June and September this year. 4 markets are now open for bookings. The theme of each market is sorry, Friday, the 26th of June, magician and mime artist. 31st, live music. Friday, the 28th, Dad's Army, if available. If not, classic car collection. Friday, the 25th September, Living History, Antiques and Collectibles Market. These markets are also funded by Love Your Market Town. And market events on the 14th of February, Valentine Selfie Board, and the 28th of February, World Book Day, Book Swap. Any comments?
Sorry, Chair, would traders like me to get a copy of the trail for you to have a?
Yes,
it's been
I think we should.
I think we all should have.
Yeah, we should all do that. On Saturday, take it in turn.
Get some afterwards.
Yeah, we'll get one for each. I'll put one on each stall.
I'll send Hannah off to try
That's
that.
just for interest.
Yeah, thank you very much. Um, right, nothing, no other comments on that one? Right. M70, to receive, consider reports from the market superintendent. Over to you, Ian.
Thank you, Chair. Hopefully you've all seen it. So we've not had the nice weather we've had before. And obviously we've been having holidays and absences with various flus and so forth that have gone around everywhere. We have welcomed the new foot trailers put to their that's September's report. That's the latest report.
Already had that.
That's the old report.
Yeah.
There's a newer one there.
We haven't had it.
You're here.
Come on.
Okay, well, I can trace it. Well, so it was reporting the weather highs had not been what we had before. Christmas was a difficult time in a sense, with obviously some traders having holidays, some not able to attend. Obviously fruit and veg were limited in what they could get, and other traders were as well. Some traders wished to celebrate Christmas and New Year, which was obviously acceptable. I do think perhaps when you have a meeting chair is August time, we need to be discussing Christmas earlier, because Christmas is obviously moved by a day. So that's one of the things I want to talk about. That's later in the year. I have got the stats for you. And we've got hopefully a new trader starting, new casual starting this weekend, hopefully, selling or providing refills for soaps and things. And I think nuts, I don't mean.
They've been advertising a lot on Facebook.
They have the van, they trade from a van. Their intentions are to occupy the space by Costa there, where Portus used to be. Yeah, they think they can fit on there. And I've also got another local trader who wishes to attend, may well be here this weekend, related to, I think, the cafe that's just closed, whatever it is.
Deli's Deli.
Yeah, the deli. He sells.
I told them to contact you, yeah.
Yeah, they sell printed sweatshirts and that sort of, have a website. Once again, I can share that if need be. But so yeah, hopefully that should be back with us. There's the right one. Two traders have notified that they no longer be attending.
Hi, Brian's going.
Brian's going.
Kitchen.
I think that should be discussed out meeting rather in the public domain. But I'm happy to. He's happy for people. No, and Wicked have decided that they'll not be attending. They're busy enough without their businesses taken off elsewhere, and with the auction not always being held, they're finding it not worth trading because of that. There's still there's a couple more applications of them just up in a way. So I've seen another one from a pizza place would like to come to us. And it's just my personal thanks to both committee and all the traders for the support. I think that everyone's provided me, but also the town over 2025. It has been difficult at times. But without the market, Swaffham wouldn't be Swaffham. So all credit to the traders for coming. So it's just a big thank you. And then the stats are below. I know you like your stats. Not quite such a long period this time. And I think at the bottom I did put the complete year. There we are. So that's how it's progressed over the year. I thought was might be interesting to you. We have improved. With our general usage of the market by the number of pitches and so forth we've had. But as you can see over Christmas, it all drops down to more people being away and not attending and so forth. And obviously, I had early part of the year, we've had some snow and so forth, which also kept the footfall away. It's that footfall we need to get back. I noticed the EDP had an article only yesterday, selling the virtues of Swaffham, the 5 key points of Swaffham. Did have a picture of the market. I'm not sure when that was taken, but I didn't recognise the fruit and veg
I think that's about 23 years
Yeah,
ago.
so perhaps we need to get some decent photos taken and perhaps provide the EDP with some new ones.
You can take my pictures and say they generated.
Yeah. I do think it's something perhaps we should be.
Having football was up this Saturday.
Good.
The trainers were saying how busy it was for some strange reasons.
Oh, I've kept away. I was away, so that's perhaps why. I should be back this week. Happy to share the reason I've been away for the last 2 weeks is I've been completing a community first responder scheme for the ambulance service. So a couple of days off and leave to complete that. Perhaps I passed it. So Swaffham will soon have me out volunteering with the ambulance service. So unless there are any questions, I think that's me.
Thank you very much. Anyone got any questions for him? Thank you very much, Eve. Do we have anyone to replace the two that are going there?
So Swaffham is going to move across to Brian's old pitch because that'll give him better visibility.
Yeah.
But it leaves me a corner pitch.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Just say who's
So-
Brian? Which store?
Brian Dixon was the one down by the War Memorial, the older gentleman.
Yeah.
They're a long time.
He's going.
Yeah, Lee.
Regarding that, when you had your visit from highways, you haven't actually got a picture at the bottom of that road.
I'm using possession being 9/10 the law league. We've had it for I don't know how many years.
Forever.
Yeah.
That's
So,
okay.
and there's
I
been
just
never-
wanted to.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And I have warned him of that fact that if ever we lost those two that we occupied, it'd be elsewhere somewhere.
Well, we've got the War Memorial.
Yes,
Yes, but it's just that.
yes, those two, but we've had them for so many years that there's never
Yeah.
been an issue. And if we continue looking to try and close that road in some shape or form,
Do you think now would be an opportunity to offer the glassware stall that we have next to the burger van that position as it's become available? To try and, my view of it is to have
All of that stuff.
all that kind of stuff that end. When we eventually get
ask-
the
I will
road
ask-
closure, food all the way down, the balance at the start of it, then the market.
I'm happy to ask the question. but
Please, I
next
think-
will be a,
Oh, I'm sure.
yeah, but I will ask the
But
question,
yeah.
certainly feedback.
Because it'd be nice to have everything that end of that kind of material.
There's only Quinton, isn't there? That's the
But
only
you're still then going to have stalls in between.
That's the intent.
Not yet.
If someone closed the road, then that's the intention.
Hmm.
The other one, obviously, space-wise, we have is where Wicked were. That's slightly more problematic because it's, and this is where I seek guidance of committee, really. That's not a wide pitch in that we appear to have to maintain the roadway for the auction for deliveries and collections. So it's not even a 3 metre gazebo pitch.
My personal view on that, I think you need to leave that available for second food unit.
For
Second food unit.
And that's what I'm looking at to see.
Yeah,
I've got
yeah.
2 or 3 have inquired.
Yeah.
Because
if you take that space,
and that's one
we're
of the
not
places
gonna have.
we're proposing to put power to.
Yeah.
Obviously for the environmental aspects.
It'll be a lot better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, if you get your casuals, can't you put them the other way round? So they're pointing towards like the fish man there.
I just can't fit 3 metres.
I can't
The
get the
depth,
picture.
whichever way I have a 3 metre square gazebo and there's only a car parking space.
Oh, right. Yes.
No.
Right, thank you, Ian. Right, to receive, consider reports from market trader representatives. Saturday market, somebody.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank Ian for doing a great job in 2025.
Yeah.
From my personal view, Ian's probably the best Toby market inspector we've had in the last 19 years.
I would willingly agree.
I've been on that market.
Quite. It's the sausage rolls and cakes he has.
I'm sure he'll get the hang of that.
Yeah.
I will add though, the beer walk round we bought once this year. It wasn't really worth coming the Saturday before. They're not homemade, but
We'll get Ian track. That's his next training course.
I know the market came back and it just bounced straight away from Christmas. You know, it's people are out and need to be out, want to be out, and footfall around the market's great, really. We've got a few traders that I'm personally worried about that I won't discuss here today that may not return in the new year. And I think there's going to be gaps, and I think those gaps need to be utilised correctly with our market that's growing. So perhaps we need to start controlling sizes when we've got people who want to come, rather than having the length of their vehicle, maybe have the length of their store. Things like that moving forward, because we are running out of space. I think with those two that go, they're almost side by side, and there could be potentially some area there that instead of having two larger stores, we could perhaps have 4 smaller stores to get people on the market.
We'll talk about that.
So yeah, so let's see what happens in the new year with that. But
Still got to wait on this.
the controlled space as well that I've spoken about many a times on a couple of stores that need to move up, there's spaces there as well. But no, I don't believe the market's ever going to get any busier. We've got what we've got, and it's just who you catch on the way around.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But no, the market came back as normal from January. Yes, we've had not very nice weather, but this Saturday was wonderful.
Good.
On the back end of that, and I asked my colleague here beside me to witness it, we've still got Pacific traders ready to leave, loaded, keys in ignition, engines running at 2 p.m. It needs to stop because it drags the rest of us down.
We are.
Because before we know it, we're not turning up with lorries, we're turning up with vans.
Yeah.
And it ain't no good.
Yeah.
Because you can't serve the community of Swaffham with a van.
No.
And after being here nearly
Well,
19 years,
Yeah, we'll talk more on that when
Yeah.
we get to.
but all in all, yeah, market's back to normal.
Auction, obviously, we've got to that's still running all right, isn't it?
Yeah.
As such, apart from
Yeah,
apart
started
from
this.
the weather, obviously.
Yeah, they started this week. They didn't have a lot of stuff in, but they
Well, Paul did his first auction.
and yeah, Paul
Yeah.
sold it.
Oh, brilliant.
Maybe and passed it to Paul
Yeah.
instead, as you've got a little one.
But Fabian is still there just to give him a bit
Yeah,
of support.
yeah, he did well.
Yeah.
But he really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
He was
well,
nervous to start off with because then he's
It's still to start with. It is, yeah,
That's excellent.
yeah, it's good.
that's good. Good. Friday market, Aidan.
Yeah, we're a bit short start. Well, stalls this week. A lot of people ill, and yeah, we had actually a fantastic walkthrough on Friday. Considering it's the first when we come back, it's usually a bit really slow, and we had a great deal of people, which is fantastic.
been
saying-
asking me when it's the first Friday market.
Chipman keeps asking me, "Are you going to get back?" It's about 40% down when we're not there on Friday. And then on saying that on Saturday, one of my customers complained because I had to park right down the bottom end of Theatre Street to get a space in January,
Yeah.
which is brilliant.
So it was busy.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, so it's all rolling nicely. And hopefully we shall have a few more people back this week.
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
And the 6th.
Yes. Obviously, poultry auction isn't going at all. Right. Anyone got any questions for Reps at all? Right. Item M72, provide update on TRO. Do we want to leave that and see if Fabian manages to get here? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we defer that for a little while? See if Fabian
back.
Fabian
Yeah.
does get here. 73, confirm alterations to market rules regarding casual trader bookings. Who's that one?
That was talked about at the last meeting to change it so a casual pays up front.
Yeah.
Just
Not today.
confirm and adding that today.
And are we doing that now?
We're deciding today.
All right. So,
So you ring up, book their pitch,
Then not.
and pay
Yeah, exactly that, mate.
on the Friday at the latest by lunchtime, which is when you close. Is that right,
That's right.
Leanne?
I mean, we're actually,
About 12,
in a position where we can fill a space.
Yeah.
So therefore, somebody not turning up,
Yeah, it's a loss of
loses our
income
space,
to
loses the
the market.
revenue as well.
Does that happen very much, the casuals?
It doesn't, but I think it was led by the conversations I had with 2 other markets who are seeing it happen to them, that people are booking and they're not coming, so they're losing an income. But more importantly, they're creating spaces which they may have done otherwise. And I think we were trying it in with the fact we want to move to a cashless society on the casuals of the traders.
Book and pay on the Friday.
Well, they'll book and pay at the time of booking.
Yeah.
And they can cancel, obviously, up till whenever you wish to decide, whether that's Thursday or whatever, to see if I can fill it. But it's, if you pay them up front, then we should be more secure in knowledge that they're going to make more of an effort to come than just say, oh, it's raining, I'm coming.
I think Friday's probably too late to do anything, and we're saying there Thursday.
Yeah, just give me Friday to try and cover that if they do.
Yeah.
How let people know that this is the system involved, and that people, you know, somebody from Timbuktu sort of thing turns up on the Saturday, not knowing the new rules.
They will, because if they've got, well, if they book with me for a certain, you know, to get a pitch, then they'll pay in advance. If they happen to pitch up on a Saturday, we do have a gentleman who does pitch up on a Saturday. If there's a space, he'll take it. If not, he'll drive on.
Yeah.
So
So you still allow them on if
if I've
somebody.
got space, if I've got capacity.
What I'm sort of seeing is somebody could just not know our market, not come from somewhere else, expecting to be able to get a pitch.
The general rules of the markets is that if you just turn up speculatively, if there's space and you've got the necessary paperwork, you can come on. If there isn't space, you don't come on.
It's their risk then, isn't it?
Yeah, not luck, in other words, really.
I mean, it used to get queues waiting for a space, but obviously we don't get that much now. But I think Thursday's a better day to close it rather than a Friday. Friday's not going to give in, and we're just going to lose it again, aren't we?
Yeah.
But are we going to say they need a reason for not coming? But then, how strict are you going to be on a reason for not coming?
The cat's been run over on a flat tire.
I think we have to play, you know, we're playing as hard as we can. And I think therefore we accept that there is that risk and some might play that, but actually we might get some pitch up thinking, well, I've paid, I'm going.
Yeah.
And that's the hope. It just controls it a bit more, I think.
Yeah, it's better than it was, isn't it?
Yeah. It's more, it's going to make them more going to come rather than speculating that they might. We'll reserve a space in case we want to. If they've got to pay beforehand, there's more. We're going to have to
control, doesn't it? More control over.
Lee,
Just chuck something else in. Why can't the casual trader pay for 4 weeks? If you want to be a casual trader, you can't rock up on one day and expect to weigh up the market out of 1 day's trading. So casual traders pay for a month.
And the only problem, sorry, Chair, the only problem I have is capacity.
Yeah, space.
and you will get traders who perhaps will do different markets with their stuff that they won't do 4 weeks at the market. They'll only do 1 week with what they've got, and then another week they'll do something else. I agree with you. You can't do one market and say it's worked or hasn't worked.
No,
because it will go both ways. You can either have a fantastic day because you are new, or you don't do anything because nobody realizes you're there. But that's obviously the individual's choice whether they do more or not. Lindsay.
I'm completely agree with this, but as far as I know, you've got casual traders and you've got regular traders.
Yep.
So they're the two categories of traders that you've got.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether you've got the flexibility or even the room, but is there a possibility of having people book a 4 week on a different basis?
It would be difficult. I have to look where I can open up. As Lee said, you know, we could move one trader along, which would give us one pitch, but it's where there is space, and that's why I was pushing for someone like the Costa Road. Not ideal, but it would allow that capacity. We are just full of permanent traders, which is really great. You know, that's what you want on the market. But there is some room around the Buttercross, for instance, that has some spaces. But to give 4 weeks might be difficult to give them the same. The problem is to give them the same pitch, isn't it? Because they really need.
Yeah, it's yeah.
So
Can I make another suggestion? Can you not give the Buttercross that we're looking at behind David and Leanne? Can we not give 2 of those segments to new traders and say this is your new pitch
I
for
could,
4 weeks
yeah,
and we until someone becomes available? 2 segments,
yeah. There's two.
and they're not allowed on the steps.
So there's already where the councillors used to have their.
That isn't going to happen anymore because there's nobody to push that, is there?
No, but there's what I mean is there's a trading
Yeah.
space
Oh,
there,
there's space there.
and the other trading
Ice
space
cream
are,
and on the other side.
and it's one where obviously Richard, our regular casual honey
Yeah.
chap, comes once a month on a
Yeah.
first weekend of the month.
What about the cobbles
So-
we're looking at?
Yeah, that area. So you'd be behind Fountain and Brown Bread.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't obviously have vehicles on those bits because they can't be on the commons.
Yeah.
The only one is where behind Brown Bread.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to use those.
I'm gonna say, because the gazebos around those, in between the bollards and the steps, would actually be a picture coming up from Montford
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
with all them stalls around there. And that's where, if you want to come, you use one of our gazebos. You're here for 4 weeks. But if you're happy to survive here and you can earn a living here, when pictures become available, we'll point out where they are and then you can go.
Good idea.
We're not using that.
No, we're
And
not. No.
before my time, I was told there was people who had an array of fruit and veg halfway up that Buttercross. And back in the day, you'll probably remember them days, won't you? But you know, with Barry Massacre used to come here with an Arctic, 4 years ago. But we've got them spaces potentially with the 8 new gazebos and the gazebos we've got.
Oh, yes, it's a huge amount of space.
It'd be lovely.
It's gone, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So unload, get the vehicle off. That's your pitch for the day. You're here for 4 weeks. Pay up front. Yeah. We roll you here for 4 weeks. If you want to be here, we'll show you what pitches we've got available. And you can carry on.
Or you can continue where you are.
Or you continue where you are.
It'd be nice to get some round.
That'd be lovely.
Right. So it sounds like we're all fairly in agreement with paying up front. So, can I propose then that we we actually take the payment up front for casual stall holders, and it has to be by the Thursday.
Yep.
So that we go. Anyone in the second set? Okay. And
Can I just confirm we're not providing a refund if they don't let us know by the Thursday? They don't attend. There's no refund.
Unless we cancel the market.
Yes, unless we that's the market then.
right, so sorry.
That's very much in line with what happens if you're booking a hotel room.
Absolutely.
That's over 48 or 24 hour. And if you break that part, you don't get anything back.
Because that business is going to be losing
Yes,
that money
yeah,
too late to, yeah. So any, can I have a vote on it? Those in favour? Unanimous. One thing I've just thought of as you were saying about doing the offering the 4 weeks. What about an incentive for new traders like that? If they do book the 4 weeks, what about giving them 4 weeks for the price of 3?
I'd rather they pay for the 4 and have the 5th one free.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I've got 1 week on top then, and
Yeah.
that's more money in the pot.
Do we want to consider something like that?
Yeah.
I would
Might be
propose that, yeah.
just, I'm thinking it's an
Yeah.
incentive to, rather than come and once.
I mean, it's such a brilliant visual place there because there's people walking
Yeah.
above us. There's
Yeah.
we've got colour stalls there.
Yeah.
Say that.
So would anybody like to propose that
Yeah, I'll propose that.
so they book 4 weeks and we give them an additional?
Pay up front for your 4 weeks and your 5th one's on top.
So shall I add that,
Casual basis.
add that to the rules and regulations?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that.
And who's going to second it? Lindsay.
No.
So those in agreement with doing that?
Give it a try. I'm enjoying.
nothing to lose really, have we?
No,
So we've got the demand, haven't we? So
It's only for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Right, now the contentious one again. Consider market closing times. I think initially it was to decide summer and winter, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But then obviously we need to stick strictly with those times. So what was I think the idea is to have one finish time the whole year, isn't it?
That was the consent. So I did the questionnaire. That was the consensus. Was to
Company trade.
throughout the year, rather than someone, changing it end of some time. But whatever it is, it has to be adhered to, and that's the big challenge.
Well, like
1 o'clock on a Saturday now, town's on its knees.
Yeah.
3 o'clock in the summer, town's on its knees. That is our gap there. So in the summer, you've got wanderers, you've got people having a drink, you've got people having chips, they're stopping, they're walking about.
Yeah.
Who's walking about now in the afternoons?
Yeah.
Come 1 o'clock, I'll go home and sit in front of the woodlog burner.
Yeah.
You don't want to be outside, but there is still people, and I've always said it, you need to stay regardless for your customers who finish work, say at 1 o'clock at HMP Wayland, and know they're coming in to get their fish and their fruit and veg before they carry on up the road to Kingsland back home. Just using that as an example.
Yeah.
And get their plants or whatever they're doing. I think we need to stick to the two, is it?
Two
2:30
in the winter,
Yeah, 2 o'clock in the winter.
2:30.
And 2:30.
Yeah.
No stall bars.
I-
No stall bars move.
No, I would agree with that. I mean, we, just say you do get a lot of drag with people at the end. I mean, I'm always doing work when we're packing away,
Yeah,
at 2
I know
o'clock,
that.
someone's always coming.
I've seen you put everything away and pull a box out to serve someone.
Yeah.
At 4 o'clock in the stall's almost put away. So
Yeah.
there's always wanderers, there's not
Yeah.
shoppers.
Yeah.
But the problem is that Ian, I know he's asking the people, he's got to ask the people, but the people who are moaning, the people who are employed working for somebody, they're the moaners on the market. The ones who are employed by the larger companies to come here and serve their whatever they're doing here. It's not the self-employed people. By my way, I'd be here I'm here at past 3 in the morning in any case, and I'd go home at 6 o'clock in the evening. But I need to sleep now as I'm getting a bit older.
I can
It's hard work.
I can tell you from experience that
It's going to get harder.
certain stall holders do leave sort of early, then they go and sit on the side of the road
Yeah, whatever they're doing.
rather than
Yeah.
they don't arrive back at the yard
No.
early. They actually sit on the side of the road.
Yeah, but you're talking about employed. You're talking about employed people.
But it's employee,
You're
not
not talking about self-employed people.
Yeah, this week. A lot were gone at 2 o'clock. There's literally that behind it all day.
Over enough today.
At one time, we used to have a rule that, like, if you saw, and this is stuff to your business, you had to have somebody as a licensed manager, it's on our books as a licensed manager to manage that stall if the owner wasn't there. Didn't we at one time, Leanne? Not in your time, but in the past, I believe that's correct.
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
On licenses from 50 years ago, you'd be right. There's the owner and then the people who work.
Yeah,
for him.
if you had a manager, the manager would have to be registered
But
with
the
the
reason they did that is because eventually the manager would end up buying it and he'd be the new owner.
Yeah.
So if you look at fruit and veg stalls from Kings Lynn over the last 100 years, they still had the original owner. And when I had mine, there were 7 owners above me.
Yeah.
From, going back to Coles from,
I thought one time
Wherever.
we had it.
but it
if
doesn't
you-
work like that now because if the firm is the firm,
Yeah.
whoever's there. So if I don't come and decide to send Fabian to run my stall,
Do a better job.
yeah, he's working
Be
for me,
successful.
so regardless. But they just need to abide by the rules. The rules are there
Yeah.
for all of us. Before we know it, there's nobody walking around town at 12 o'clock because Swaffham shuts.
So let's harden fast the times first.
Same, nothing changes.
So when are they going to change?
No stop bars moved, no framework moved, no boxes moved till 2 o'clock this time of year
No, but what time is it going to change? I mean,
with clocks.
Sort of
I
time.
was just saying, it doesn't go with the clocks at the moment.
It does.
It does.
Does it?
No, it doesn't.
No,
Yeah, the 1st of October.
it didn't,
Oh, I think they changed for the clocks.
I think I thought it was clocks.
and it didn't, did it?
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Oh,
It should be with clocks, I think.
It needs to be with the change of clock.
yeah. Yeah, sorry, I should,
Simple, straightforward.
Something caught me out, so I think it was.
week after or week before or something. I thought it was always with clocks.
It would have gone with Michaelmas Day. Traditionally, if you changed anything, it went to Michaelmas Day, which is like the 28th of September. Did something normally, historically.
Well, I would propose that it changes with the clocks.
Yes,
Oh, there it is.
I would think.
April to September.
So it just says October. Well, you see that definition.
You change with that
So the first Saturday after the clock.
change.
Yeah.
Is when we change to our summer rules or winter rules.
Yeah.
And it needs to be enforced.
Yes,
Stall
we'll do that
yeah.
in a second. So is everybody in agreement with?
I would just
Time
propose
change.
we leave that as it is.
I was eager as is.
Yeah.
September, you hit October, there's a different clientele. I know it's there, but we're looking at it now, you know, how the trade and the people coming through. And, you know, we've got to keep what we've got. That changes there. September's effectively summer, people think it's over, change there for October.
When does the clock change then?
28th
Of September, October.
October, another month. You're asking another month, but by that time you're getting fairly. I think it's there better. And if you want to enforce rules, some people have got to feel it's a bit lean. So you could put that other month and you could lose some stores because they're thinking, oh, I'm patching up, there's nothing going on. Especially if you introduce that this year. And shall we say, which we all know, you could have the whole of October Saturdays could be really miserable and you're all standing there for nothing. And then you're thinking, crikey, you know, you've just forced me. I'd normally be packed up and gone by now. You know, and now you've forced me to stay. And it's half an hour.
Very valid point. So go on then.
Yeah, I propose to leave it how it is on the times. I think that's just about right. It's more we're struggling in the summer to get people, that people are packing away at 4, 2:30 in the summer when it's the weather's fine. In the winter, it's horrible anyway.
Okay, well, in that case, we've got two proposals. Then. One is to leave the times as they are there, and one is to go with the clock change.
Sure. Sorry, while it's on this subject, but for us to consider later on, leaving those proposals. But at the moment, we're looking at it at the way I say, we need to stop the stall holders packing up early.
Yeah.
I think as a market committee and as a council, we need to perhaps focus on, as well as perhaps helping the whole high street as a general, is we focus on doing our entertainment to start later.
Yeah.
So instead of saying we're going to do some entertainment from 10:30 to 12:30, we start doing it from 1 till 3 or from 2 till 4. So I know that's a different thing, but we keep this and then we look at what can we do to encourage those stall holders then to stay. So shall we say we're doing a bit of a carrot and a stick?
That's sensible. So right. So who would be in agreement to keeping the times as they are? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's carried, isn't it?
As I say, Chair, me and my other proposal, but no one could go till the auction had finished.
Right. Now, the other thing obviously we've got to look at is packing away again. And as Lee said, we need to stick to the rules.
So nothing touched in the winter month, 2 o'clock, nothing touched on your stall.
Yeah.
Not a piece of framework, not a trolley, not tables, nothing.
The
And it's
store has to be complete.
Yeah. And in the summer, 2:30.
Have this almost every meeting.
Yeah,
we do.
we do.
And it's always the same people.
Yes.
Can I
Sure.
ask what happens at other markets?
Jill, if you went to Bury St Edmunds, the market inspector with a flat cap with your name on the front of it would tell you there's no movement of anything until 4 p.m.
Oh,
And if you want to pack up early, we end up like King's Lynn.
Yeah.
No market. Because that's eventually what happened. Smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until nobody's there. It's no different to Watton. Smaller and smaller and smaller. I'm in a meeting in February with two councillors from Watton about what to do with their market, apart from shut it down.
really?
But there's only 3 traders.
Really?
It's only 3 traders.
Really?
But it's the same as all of them. You know, if you let them shut earlier, eventually there's no point going, there'll be nobody up there. That's what happened.
Ian, sorry, Chair, as one has to try and enforce this, which I gamely try. And I don't have anything to back out.
You
I
don't
have no
have any
power as
claims.
such. We are referring to
We are.
two companies, if you like,
We are.
specifically, and if they remain, then others, would there be, it's easier to manage the sole trader, owner trader or whatever, it's a lot easier to manage that. We tried various communication. Is it at a point now, actually, we write formally to those 2 directors, whoever it is, and say, this is the rules, you are offending,
Yeah.
you are actually, we're contacting you because actually we have, the market superintendent, whatever, or the committee have endeavoured to be fair, but actually
Your staff aren't listening.
your staff aren't listening, because we've reached a point where we're talking every meeting of the same.
And it was like this before.
If there are 2 that I think about, they pay on a license, on a quarterly or monthly or 6 monthly account, yeah.
Whichever they've chosen to pay. I don't.
So why not turn around and say they would lose, if they don't abide by the rules, they will lose their discount and pay the full
Because
rate?
it's not in the agreement.
That doesn't solve the problem.
No.
Chair,
It's
what
not.
would be the discount? If you're paying someone £15 an hour, £12 an hour,
4 members of staff.
yeah, or you got, well, even if, okay, you come down, but you still got 2 to clear up and pack away.
Yeah.
You've knocked off, you've gone home an hour early, you've saved 30 quid.
Yeah.
The other thing is to play devil's advocate to come on to the other side. If someone has a successful day and they've sold 2/3 and emptied out 2/3 of their stall, it doesn't look very good to us. Someone then come around and say an empty stall, because then psychologically people go say, oh, waste time popping around here late because everything's sold and gone. So you do need to then let someone condense their stall so they've still got a full goods. I'm not saying it happens very often, but we've got to be very careful. And I do agree with the whole intention, because it's no one wants to be the last stall standing. There is advantages to it. But if we suddenly push down, we can say, oh, the market's open, then people turn up and then everything is empty and the stalls all look empty. They're not going to turn up and buy it.
I think it's probably more going to affect 1, maybe 2 stalls where they might.
I believe those 2 pull
Down.
that lane as well.
The biggest problem is that one stall is huge and the other one isn't small, and it makes a devastating effect on that area, that road. And it's got to stop. It is seriously affecting the other stall holders.
I'm a chair again, just to put it on the other perspective to what's in case everyone thinks it's there. It has annoyed me when I've gone across after finished selling to think I'm going to go and buy something off whether I want a Scotch egg or a pasty, and find out packed up, and it's even more annoying when I can see it actually on the vehicle and they won't serve me.
Yeah.
That's when it gets me slightly
Yeah.
annoyed. If that had said that has sold out, sorry, I've sold out of what you want, haven't got it, then I haven't got a problem. But when I can see it, and
I think we do need to write strongly to the directors. Not only, not giving them the reason why it's wrong for them to leave early, that, it's in the agreement they stay. Plus, it has a serious detrimental effect on the market and other stallholders.
So, Chair, again, let's try it this way. We write the letter and say, Market Committee and the Town Council is committed to make sure that Swaffham is a successful market. We are changing, we are prepared to invest to make sure that we're prepared to invest and working with our other partners to make sure that there is still a significant footfall in the afternoon. It is very difficult for us to persuade the council and other partners to come in and invest into that point if you're not prepared to come along with us on this point. Because then it's showing them that they're actually, because they can say, oh, the market's gone down, no answer. We're saying we are prepared to do this, but we cannot do this if you are not prepared to be with us as well, because there's no answer.
And it needs to be
To be fair,
successful market, continuous successful.
but to put that wording to say, you know, because how we're going to take an argument to say we're going to do all this music or anything or whatever else we want to do in an afternoon and change that thing. And then suddenly they're saying, you know, and people turn up, oh, the market's dead, half gone. You don't need those comments on social media. Oh, everyone packed up and gone home when we turned up. We say for the afternoon.
Can we arrange something?
Yeah, she can send it to you, a draft.
Yeah, can do. Yeah. Yeah. Fairly wrong, I think. Any other comments on the closing? I think it is obviously just going to be a question of pressure on them and moan at them and whatnot. Shall we now go back to item 72? Provide update on TRO for Costa Road. Do you have anything for us, David?
Yes and no. There's basically there is suggestions or anything coming around that there was going to be a huge remodelling or proposals of the car parking within the town centre, which I think is one of the reasons why the town council was not offered those centre car parks within the town. I know because obviously it's led by Historic England or the House Project Swaffham Board, and I know there is now some people have changed their mind, but it was there to be a significant reduction in car parking spaces and green. Well, we don't need another bin stuck in the middle of somewhere or a tree where we want stall we can't access and causing problems and stall. So I've got a meeting with that this week to try and make sure that that comes in and they don't basically kill the goose that lays the golden egg in Swaffham. But I will be offering suggestions and saying perhaps there's certain problems that you need to be dealing with first, which would be more beneficial to the residents of Swaffham. And you could even say like the roundabout and just the road out there, because now I've been sort of assisting out there. I've realised how many near misses when you've got people going up the road and thinking they're an extension of the mini roundabout, and perhaps that needs moving and rejigging if they're going to do something. And I'm going to mention that bit and say, well, there'd be a good start if you want to. Thank you very much. But I'm more worried about losing more
Space
car parking.
Plans I saw that Fairpins brought to everyone's attention, my pitch doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And neither does Brown Bread's. It's to complete corners off. And when I say my pitch, the other part of Hayden's, half of Fountains, Dog.
Half that money in between the trees.
Yeah, in between the trees, Selden trees. Yeah.
I'm concerned because when we spoke to Joe Warburton about this, I mean, I actually said that it's so important that they work with our committee and the town council to make sure that we don't disadvantage the market traders.
On my side of it, if it did happen, I would just rely on solicitors from the Market Federation to deal with it. And then hold the card up of, I've got a chart. I want a chart. So then they'd have solicitors. It wouldn't just be mine. It'd be Brown Bread's. It'd be Hayden's. It'd be yours. It'd be everyone's. So then they just escalate into God knows what.
But how far are they in the planning of this? Because I've seen nothing yet.
It's in consultation side, so as far as I'm concerned, I've given instructions and I've had backed. The only thing I really want to hear about car parking and spaces at Swaffham, as far as that area that is owned by Norfolk County Council, is you tell me that you've found a way to get more car parking spaces, not less, apart from dealing up the other road. And should we say, on all those cases, local government, national government bodies rely on data, and they come on data. They never take the psychological attitude. So they're going to look at and say, oh, 40% of the car parking spaces in Swaffham are not used. Oh, you're underparked in Theatre Street. There's a space in Theatre Street. To be honest, if you're 76, for an example, are you going to walk from Theatre Street to go and have a cup of coffee even in midweek? We already know, because we made that error and we thought we were doing the right thing. That after we did, well, and at Christmas, when we first did the sheep fair, we did a road close. We thought this is brilliant. We were the whole place in Swaffham was heaving, and we said, oh, we'll do some more events and do that road closure because we get more people. We actually impacted the turnover, because if we take, there'd be Leo, suddenly all those people that came and parked there at 7 o'clock in the morning to do their big veg part. So well, there's no point in me going, because I'm not carrying my veg around there. Someone, if they went to Hayden's, for example, the plants, they might come and buy 2 pots, but they weren't going to buy 3, 4 trays to do something else. They were going somewhere else. And we thought that was a success. And we knew that we had to stop doing those road closures because they were detrimental to the market. And we've now got, shall we say, data or psychological evidence and requests from you that we know there, and we've got to put that to them. And that is always the problem. They've looked at that as a map and a data, and have not taken into that psychological evidence. And we've really got to say to some of these people that come up with that there, right, when you come into Swaffham and you come and see us, it doesn't matter whether you come into town council offices or you're meeting us down there, you park in Theatre Street and then you walk to us. And we try and do a meeting in January or November or something when it's particularly miserable and wet, and we get them walking.
So, sorry.
I take, as you know, I sit on the board for the HAS programme, and there is several difficulties. The one that HAS programme putting together, and there's the Breckland plan for the town centre as well, isn't there? Yeah. So there's 2 different plans. None of it's hard and fast. I think it's all sort of maybes and perhapses, and I think the main area, if I've got this right, is what they're looking at is perhaps the Pedlar car park, and perhaps the side is the Richmond Plain. It's been told that they can't do anything to stop or interfere with where the market is. I think the only thing they were probably looking at is perhaps having some trees in plots like the ones we got, the ones we got in plots already around, perhaps having 1 or 2 of them perhaps staggered around the marketplaces, but not in places where the market would be. But there's nothing, as far as I know, there's no hard and fast, and obviously there's a hell of a lot of consultation going to go out before any of that can happen, I think. And the way Breckland is at the moment, I don't whether they ever get around to doing it before D-Day sort of thing, I don't know.
I think, did you what? Right.
Well, I think we should all have our own views when it gets a bit down the line. But I will not vote for anything that includes the main market square. That's not the value just to you guys on the market, but that is used as for short-term parking. And we can't afford to lose those spaces. I mean, that's always for.
Yeah.
There isn't room to put a pot plant on there. Not realistically, not just for the market. I mean, there is nowhere with the market where you could put a pot plant.
Trade is set up by brick lines and 7th white line down, and otherwise you don't know what
it's going to restrict a pot plant is going to restrict access wherever wherever it is. It's going to restrict access.
Of course.
We end up with the same problems like with the previous town clerk. Picks a box to say it's okay to put signs up, and it takes metering Breckland and say if you don't take signs out, I'm going to cut them down. You put a sign in the middle of the pitch, who okayed it? Bishop. Do you know what I mean? So it's all got to be looked at properly if it does go ahead.
I am concerned with the timescale of this though, because with the local government reorganisation, I mean, we're not talking very many months, are we?
No.
So they're going to have to move fairly quickly.
Just to say, the plans are drawn up,
Well, there you go. Lovely.
but obviously they think there's going to be some collaboration between Norfolk, and while I've got anything to do with it, the Norfolk side, which is obviously outside the red line, won't be. But again, I think there's been an interpretation by certain people, because when I filled in some bit, yes, I probably said I'd like a bit more greenery. It probably means let some of those trees get a bit bigger where they are and sensible. And one of the things that I've always said, and actually it really hit me when you had the guards do their beating the retreat. We got that fantastic marketplace square, and unfortunately when you sat there, as much as it is there, when you were looking down on them, they still looked like they were marching on a car park. Now if they're going to do anything, the best thing they can do is put some nice sort of brick weave or put something on there to actually make it look like historic, particularly when they spent all the money on semi rooms. That's where they ought to be focused on. And you can still put food corners to mark out the car parking spaces and change that look of a tarmac space inside it. But there's so many things they've got to do, but they've actually got to work with those people, which is the town council, and those people that have got to actually earn a living out of the town centre, because it comes back to my whole point on everything. And this is the mantra that I've now pushed at the county council, is most times you go to look at something and you've got so much about creating the lovely picture to go on front of the biscuit tin, and no one ever sits there and suddenly thinks, you look out and it's either the tin is empty or it's full of flaming rich tea. And I said, right, stop, let's make sure that those contents, you may have a nice tin, let's start looking at those contents and looking at those individual businesses and make sure that they feel part of it. Because if we go back over the years, every time something has been done and laid out, it has annoyed some businesses and changed things around. It's never actually been, we've all come and said, wow, this is brilliant. And we need to be more, I mean, look, the mark around the War Memorial, and then suddenly you put the bollards and wouldn't even give us a key so we could take vehicles and put the stall still on there. You know, pedestrianised it for the market, but we're going to lock you out with a bollard. Oh, then suddenly when they replaced it, they put it with a fixed one to put things. And it's just all been,
I agree.
I think we've got to take a stance.
They're not working collaboratively, are they?
And it's there. It's like I said, someone wants, and it will look very nice on their LinkedIn account or someone else to say, yeah, I did that. Whereas actually saying, I got that new stall, or I got that little independent shop still there, or I helped them, doesn't have the same coverage as that single photo and say, look, I've rejuvenated this, and doesn't this look pretty? Never mind about the consequences in 3 or 4 years.
And we've rejuvenated, I'm going to say this, we've rejuvenated the town and upgraded the shop fronts. Yeah, we've got big businesses closing down and maybe.
Yes.
So how effective is that?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a paper exercise that really doesn't achieve anything in terms of business.
Can I suggest that we put that onto the next agenda to keep a close eye on it?
Well, we haven't done that actually, but
So keep a close eye on the market, see how it does affect us. Lee?
What's happened with Costa Road?
Costa
Road.
Oh, that's what I'm going to do with that bit.
That's what it's
One plan. If you want to do something, sort that bit out first.
Okay.
And then
He's trying to go through the back door rather than the front door.
I'm trying to give them a little bit like to do something without
Right. 75 is just basically a statement rather than anything else. It's to acknowledge agreed market rent increase of 2.5% and gazebo hire to £9 from April 26.
Agree or acknowledge, you say?
Mm.
To agree or acknowledge.
We've already-
Acknowledge.
uh,
It's been agreed by full council.
I think ask Bridget.
Yeah, they want every life.
Obviously, can't wait.
Fine, but they.
Can we let the storeholders all know? You know,
You do a name, Robin.
Yeah, it's
I'll
called
do-
the
I'll do
group
a
chat.
round. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, just put it in there. Your rent's all going up. Oh,
Yeah,
goody.
go, move on.
Can we just say that that is an inflationary increase as every year? So it's not, we just,
Yeah, no,
Figures
I'll
out.
take the new price.
I wouldn't worry about it. Swatham's is one of the cheapest markets in the area.
Yeah.
So,
no, I mean, in fairness, nobody wants it. But
Right,
it's,
so next year then?
That's it, Lee, 5% next year.
They need to take it into account. We are investing in the market. There's usually some rather big items that we've just agreed to spend money on the market.
electric,
Yeah.
a road closure, that'd be good as well, Graham. If you could rubber stamp that for us,
Yes,
just pay the 20k, we'll take that for you.
and it is what it is.
Stick it on my account over 20 years if you want.
Nobody wants to see price increases, but it's a fact of life and yeah,
As soon as they're available, I'll, to traders, I'll go with each trader. They can work out what they used to pay and what they know.
well, you look on the bright side, it could have been more. Well, my battery prices have just gone up between 10 and 18%.
Really? Yeah. Because the raw material cost of the batteries.
yeah.
And they told me the day before they put the prices up.
Oh, God.
Mm.
I couldn't buy any in before the old price to try and,
I bet they did.
I bet they did. I bet. Right, any correspondence? No? Has anybody got anything else they want to bring up?
I hope everyone enjoyed their cake. Don't forget to get a bit famous.
Actually.
There is, we had a meeting last year, what's it called? In the assembly rooms there.
Market Town Conference.
That's again in February and there are some members going, I believe.
What date is it?
It's Thursday, the 19th February at the Thursford. Sorry, Joe, I was there. So perhaps know a little bit more about it than you do.
So about Fabian.
So it's the Market Town Conference. Set that up the previous year. We had a little bit of a delay because we wanted to move it around. So the first held it in Swaffham. So we're trying to move it around the county so everyone gets not transport. So we want to go to Fakenham because the chair of the county council is in Fakenham, but we were going to go to Racecourse, then they didn't quite have everything we needed. So it's at the Thurston Centre. Yeah, so we're basically trying to do a little bit networking yourself, and we've got some interesting discussions and chats and speakers to try
Worth a
and
visit by the sound of that.
Pardon?
Worth a visit by the sound of that.
I will say there is some space. And if you do want to go or anything, liaise with Leanne and the chair, but then you just put when you send it to Ian, the High Streets manager, can you put Councillor Eagle invited us?
Yeah, because we're trying to do two places, but we.
Yeah, you put back Councillor Eagle.
Well, I think somebody should be there.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting for a point.
Committees have been meeting.
And
Day does it fall off?
it's a Thursday, the 19th of February in the afternoon.
It's
For about 12 to.
Can I propose Ian goes to represent
Yeah, I've
this
got my,
committee?
I've got a face on it as well.
And Swaffham does get several mentions about the market in that, so it would be quite good for yourselves just to sort of blow your own trumpet, really. But if you reply and just say,
I think Nicola might have done.
yeah, Nicola, but you just say Councillor Eagle said, Swaffham was a special case and they said it did then. And otherwise, if we don't get the extra change, they're going to take a long citizenship away and everything else.
It's non-refundable.
I've been asked if we can have an agenda item for next time, because there's a lot of outstanding fees from some market traders, so. And if you don't pay by the 15th, supposed to lose the discount, but I'm not sure that's happening.
I think they didn't we do away with the. But we've done away with the discount and priced it all just get one price. There's no discount on the invoice, is there? No.
You get
I think
discounted
I've worked-
yearly, don't you?
The discount's already taken off it,
Yes.
but it doesn't show a discount.
No,
It used to show a discount. It's now done, so it doesn't show a discount. And we actually.
Was that February, isn't it? 15th of February
It has to be paid by the 15th of the month.
of February.
Well,
Oh,
if you're paying.
Sorry, yearly I'm referring
Yep,
to.
April.
It's April, is it? Oh, thank you. I pay my yearly, so that's fine.
They pay by the year.
Don't need it next time, is it?
yeah, that's just one Heather said, can you put on for?
Yeah.
Is it?
Could have discussed.
Is there many of them behind then? You just talking about odd ones.
Might be could have.
Yes.
Definitely, if there's problems with paying, is there much
Yeah, there's,
sufficient?
I don't want Hannah getting angry.
No. I think if there is have we wrote to them and reminded them?
I believe so, but I think it's happening.
Regular, right.
So we need
They
to,
should just use the discount.
yeah,
Yeah, so if you change the billing, just put discount on and just put like, if it's not paid by 15th, you will not get a discount. Then just send the bill for the full amount.
How
Yeah.
So
critical,
they do it once.
how critical it was before when paying that rent. If a bank holiday fell incorrectly and the money was unable to come out of your account into Swaffham
Yeah.
accounts, you'd lose it. That's ridiculous.
oh yeah, no, we're not.
Yeah, but it was like that previously.
Just
The amount of
90.
conversations I had previous town clerk, sorry. But if that, that needs to be done sensibly,
Yeah.
you're behind, can you please pay your rent? Or we've got a waiting list.
Yeah,
They should automatically lose the discount. It was on the
Yeah.
terms.
yeah, I'll put it on the agenda.
Yeah, if you read, because the bills did have the discount and how much it is in the discount off from one stage.
Yeah, I don't think it does.
They've done that, so if it was that,
It,
and then just put a note on the bottom, if it's not paid by the 15th, you will lose that discount.
there was a problem with accounting wise, why she wanted it taken, the discount not showing, it was taken off and not showing on there. It was causing problems with the
I wonder if because we've now got an electronic system that does it all, whether that.
yeah, there was a problem with it. That's why it was done so the discount wasn't on it. I remember that, but
Yeah,
I can't remember there was some accounting problem.
Yeah,
with
it's
the
gone
system.
now. Are you hitting that hammer?
Right, date for the next meeting is the 16th of March, 6:30. And no further business, the meeting